Mysterious disappearances are happening in Minnesota, and the trio of investigators are on the case to find out what has happened to Harry O'Hare. Can Claude, Clyde, and Dave find out the secrets on the trail of the werewolf? Or will these three amigos go down for the count? 1, 2, 3.
Hi, this is Professor Dave Henderson. Join us now in one of our most strange, mysterious adventures that the paranormal investigating team has ever faced. Here's our main character. Meet one Harry O'Hare. A lonely man, a desolate man, a smelly man, a man with a chip on his shoulder the size of the national debt. A man that carries a problem that has affected the lives of many, even to the point of death. Our story begins in northern Minnesota, as Mr. O'Hare's strange problem is once again about to wreak havoc upon the innocent residents of the state of Minnesota.
Rufus! Harry! How you doing? Drunk. Getting drunk, huh? So you tell me what it is. Pull up a stump. Here, look at these. What do you do? Boy, am I depressed. All I've been doing is looking around. All I found is this bald beard today. I already found a couple. Hey, you want a half-eaten hamburger from McDougal's? Yeah, that sounds good. You know, Harry, this is the pits. You go through life and you can't find anything to eat. You gotta rummage garbage just to find a decent meal anymore. I say it's society's fault we're ending up like this. For $1, I'd give my life up. Boy, that sandwich was good. Well, if you had my problems, you would understand. Harry! Wait, Harry! Harry, where were you last night? There was blood on your clothes this morning! What's happening to you? You'll never know! Harry, stop it! Stop it! Harry, I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm just worried. Where did you go after sundown? You don't understand. It's too complicated. I gotta deal with it myself. Okay, Harry. We'll do it your way. But let's get back to the campfire. It's gonna be dark soon. Get something to eat. You know what? It's gonna be another full moon tonight. Ah!
Honey, is that you?
Clark, get that door. Stop you.
We will return to stitches right after.
Gillette Sensor, for the best shave a man can get. There was one tough road to travel in a while.
No! Let us cross in!
Meanwhile, 1,000 miles away at the paranormal investigators' headquarters, Dr. Golden and Dr. Clark get their first clue to this mystery.
Hey Carl, listen to this. Deer Valley, Minnesota. Authorities have discovered the brutally mauled remains of another camper in Deer Valley. This makes the fourth grisly murder in the past 2 nights. The killer or killers remain at large, and local police urge people to stay clear of the area.
Minnesota, you said?
Yeah, it says right here, Deer Valley, Minnesota.
Deer Valley. Where? Sounds familiar. Is this anything else in there about the type of murder it was? What killed him?
Let me read further here. No, not really, except the locals believe it has something to do with it being a full moon lately, and it might be a type of animal attack.
Full moon murders. Deer Valley. Can I see that a minute?
Why, certainly. Ring a bell?
This rings a bell. Deer Valley, Minnesota. You know, I got other information about Deer Valley in my files.
Let's go check it out.
Yeah, let's go look at them, okay?
Maybe there's some connection. There might be.
All right, Clyde, you look through these papers we have here, and I'll get into the file to the computer.
Okay.
And see if I can dig something up on it.
Deer Valley. Well, these are all Minnesota papers. Claude, this is amazing. 6 months ago, 2 similar murders in Minneapolis, St. Paul. And look at this. And here's another one just a month later. 6 more dead bodies and 2 missing people in Beaverton. I can't believe there's so many.
This Clyde, I just ran a cross-check on some of the dates and things that you have. There's several more cases coming from the same area within a 200-mile radius of this place in Minnesota.
And look, there's even livestock listed also.
Yes,
Over
sir.
500 head, looks like.
Very
Can you
interesting.
have dates on those?
Yes, I do.
This is something. A trail of over 30 murders, numerous missing persons, livestock with the same MO. What can it be?
Look at this, Clyde. Dates, times. All the murders have taken place within 3 days of each other at a month apart. Month span.
Huh.
Look at that.
Full moon.
Full moon. Every one of them.
By chance, the paranormal investigating team has stumbled across murders and mystery in Minnesota. Dr. Golden and Dr. Clark prepared to leave immediately from Dayton to Minneapolis to investigate the strange series of killings. Before leaving Dayton, Dr. Clark telephoned ahead to the police in Deer Valley, Minnesota to arrange a meeting for later that day. Several hours later, the paranormal investigators' plane landed in Minneapolis with the beautiful skyscrapers of St. Paul and Minneapolis in the background. With Dr. Clark at the wheel of their rental automobile, they headed north for the hour-and-a-half drive to Deer Valley, Minnesota. On the way, the paranormal investigating team discussed possible theories to try to find a key link in these horrible murders that have baffled authorities. After being briefed by authorities at Deer Valley, one of the local farmers decided to act as escort to the paranormal investigator team to show them where some of the murders has taken place, as well as some of the dreadful killing and mutilations of local livestock. Little did they know as they searched and looked at the scenes of last night's murders that additional bodies would soon be laid to rest, as the bloodthirsty creature that roamed the night would soon begin additional killings during the cycle of the full moon.
this way. Don't worry, it's okay. Are you not scared? Where is it going?
After another night of killings in Deer Valley, I flew in from my archaeological dig in northern Arizona to join my paranormal investigating team to try to unravel this mystery. After reviewing what we had known about the case so far, we decided to split up into two groups and investigate farmers who had livestock mutilated in these bizarre attacks. I drove several miles out of town to interview the Smith family, whose dog was mauled, allegedly by a wolf.
Yes? Oh, Dr. Henderson!
Mrs. Smith?
Yes, come on
Hi.
in.
I'm
Yes.
Professor Dave Henderson with Paranormal Investigators.
Yes,
I'm
I've
here,
been waiting for you.
Can I speak to you about the recent death of your dog I read in the newspaper?
Yes, well, we'll be coming to talk to us in a minute.
Certainly. Yeah, I've driven up here along with a couple other investigators from my office from New York City.
Oh.
And we read about your dog's demise in the Clarion. And, oh, hi,
Dr. Henderson?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Bob Smith.
Bob?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
We got your call earlier.
Thank you for taking time to see me. I just had a couple questions, if you don't mind, about Sparky. I read in the paper about his unnatural death. Can you explain what happened?
Well, we have, from what I found him, and it was definitely it was a wolf attack.
A wolf attack?
Yeah.
What, you're a hunter.
I'm a hunter. I've been a hunter a long time, and the dog was killed by a wolf. I've talked to the sheriff and several of my friends, and he was a good little dog, and living out here in the country, you run into that type of stuff, and it was just an accident, and don't know how to explain it, but a wolf got a hold of him, and that was it. He's a small dog, and
The newspaper said, was that 2 nights ago?
it was 2 nights ago, yeah.
And you're certain it was 2 nights ago?
For certain it was 2 nights ago, because when I went to take the garbage out, when I went out on the porch, it was, I found him, part of him I found on the front porch. When I
Part
went
of
out.
him?
I found his head on the front porch. His head was on the front porch.
And that was separated from his carcass?
Yeah, it was kind of dragged. It looked like it had been dragged because there was blood on the steps, and his head was the only thing that was on the front porch, and had been evidently the wolf had torn it apart and dragged part of it, and the other part of the body was in the backyard.
Well, excuse me for saying so, because I know you have hunting background, but isn't that unnatural for a wolf after an attack of livestock or whatever to actually not feed on the body in one location, but to tear it apart like that?
Well, I'd heard that before, and somebody else mentioned that, but from the way that it was had been chewed up, and it had to be a wolf, because there were teeth marks, and it was there was no doubt that it was a wolf. From what everybody that I've talked to said that it was a wolf.
Of course, wolves are common in this area, but did you or Mrs. Smith, by any chance, hear the attack, hear the dog, hear the wolf?
I didn't hear the dog barking or anything, but we've been hearing a lot of wolves in the area
Oh, it was
recently.
terrible. That wolf was terrible. That sound of that wolf was horrible.
We've
Just
been hearing,
horrible.
we've been hearing wolf noises at night for the last week.
Oh.
Okay. One final question. This is very important to the case I'm on right now. You said 2 nights ago the attack occurred. Could you confirm the fact that there was a full moon that night?
There definitely was, because I had just gotten home from my astronomy class.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your time.
Nice meeting you.
Well, what do you why would you investigate us? I mean, do you agree it's a wolf, or?
Kind of premature at this point in time to make any projections. We've had various livestock in the area that's been mutilated as of late, and as you know, a couple deaths in the town.
Well, we've heard
Wellington.
that. We've heard that.
And I'm on special assignment right now, helping the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
And we thought you never know. There might be a clue. This might be tied in.
Have you heard that they've caught the wolf or anything?
Not at this time. No.
They haven't caught the wolf.
Definitely not. No. We've not found signs of tracks or anything.
Well, I'll be. I've formed some friends, so we're going to go out looking for him tomorrow.
You take your gun.
Oh yes, definitely. We've got a whole group planned, and we're going.
It wasn't natural that howl.
After learning all I could from the attack on the Smith's dog, I decided to move on and interview their neighbors as well. I will also hope that Dr. Golden and Dr. Clark were productive in their interviews to find key clues to unravel this mystery.
What's Thomas?
Yes.
Are you Colonel Franklin?
He's not here. What do you want?
Never mind who we are. We're looking for Colonel Franklin. We hear that he can help us in a case that we're working on. Where can we find him?
Well, he's not here. I never heard of the man.
Well, if we take a look around,
You got some kind of warrant? Identification?
it's my warrant.
Badges?
Hell, come on in. Take a look.
Isn't it a little early to be drinking there, buddy?
What do you know, boy? Well, what are you guys here for?
We're here to see Colonel Franklin. We had a phone call.
Well, hell, I'm Colonel Ben Franklin. Well, I'm Colonel Franklin, boys.
Colonel Franklin, why'd you call? Is this some kind of prank?
I wish it were. I was in the Second World War. Could have won me a Medal of Honor.
It's all these fangs and claws you have hanging up.
Well, I had a past that I haven't been able to tell anybody. I didn't know who to tell, who to talk to. I heard about you guys. Decided to call you. I wanted to tell you my story. Like I said, I was in the Second World War.
Colonel, look. We're here in this area investigating a rash of killings. Do you have something for us or not?
Time is of the essence.
I don't know if you boys know this, but I was attacked by a werewolf. I was lucky to pull out my pistol and shoot it. It ran off wounded, bleeding. I went straight to my superiors and told them, but they didn't believe me. I was brought before the court and dishonorably discharged, humiliated. But I've been on its trail ever since. I need your help.
So, Colonel, do you have any idea who it might be? Or where do we start? You've obviously seen him recently.
Yes, I do. Ever since I was kicked out of the military, I've been following the string of killings and murders. And I think I know who it is.
So, Colonel, could you go with us? Could you tell us where the werewolf lair is?
Yes, I'll tell you. But I don't want to be any part of it. And also, tonight, please don't forget, there's going to be a full moon.
I tried desperately to phone the sheriff's department as well as contact my paranormal investigating crew to warn them about the vigilante mob, as this group of farmers didn't realize that they were walking into more than just a wolf hunt.
Hey, is this where Smith hosts the meeting?
Place, but I don't see him or the other guys.
Well, tarnation, man, it's getting late. We gotta go and tell this wolf fight it's still hot. Come on, we'll go without him. Look, there's the trail of that darn wolf.
God, I know. We gotta kill this critter. He's already killed 15 of my sheep.
The guy in the scene says, well, this just not seem right. The producer says, it doesn't matter what it seems. The only thing...
Daggone it. We've been out here for 2 hours and we haven't found that daggone wolf yet.
What are you griping about? We better be glad we can follow these trails with all this brightness out here. You know, the season of the moon.
Yeah, it sure is a full moon.
What are you griping about? This thing's killed 15 of your best sheep, 10 of my best livestock. If we don't kill this thing soon, who knows when it's going to stop?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm tired of walking through these woods. The next thing I see moving or running, I'm gonna shoot it.
Sounds good to me.
Spit.
No. Just remember, Smith and other hunters out here, so be careful what you shoot.
Tarnation! He shot the wolf! My God! He didn't shoot no wolf! He shot a man!
I thought it was a wolf from a distance. Apparently not.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do when they catch us? They'll hang us.
No, we can burn it.
No, we can't do that.
I've never seen them around these parts.
My God, what are we gonna do?
I get my cousin Ted to bury him. He's kind of slow up in the head, $50. He'll keep his mouth shut. Here, hold my gun, we'll take you out.
Little did the two vigilante mob members know, but Harry O'Hare was not killed, only stunned by the rifle blast. No normal bullet can kill Harry O'Hare, as Cousin Ted will soon find out. The full moon was still high in the sky as the werewolf stalked another victim.
I'll never become part of your bloodline.
Claude, glad you're back.
Thank you.
You have any luck hunting old man Franklin down?
We sure did.
Yeah, and we also got the message the sheriff left about the mob that's out tracking down the wolf.
Well, that's good news, Clyde. Did the sheriff indicate if him and his deputies were able to stop all those stupid farmers and hunters from going out and tracking down this wolf?
Yeah, the deputies I've heard have been able to stop Bob Smith and a few of his friends, but the rest of them, I'm not sure. They were pretty intent on it.
Well, yes, Professor. From what we gathered from talking to old man Franklin, that substantiates all the fears that we had that this could well be a werewolf. And from all the things that we've gathered also, and I tell you, may God help those men who's out thinking they're hunting for just a mere wolf.
Well, with that being the case, where do we go from here? Do you think old man Franklin has a clue to who this werewolf is, since he's been tracking it for such a long period of time? Should that be our next step, to go back out to his place?
Yeah, Dave, I think we ought to go out right now and try to find the wolf ourselves.
No, I think what we should do is go out and try to find that vigilante party, or what's left of the vigilante party, and stop them before anybody else gets hurt.
You know, those are good points, but look, it's almost 4 a.m. now. The cycle of the full moon will be over in just a couple hours. A lot of country out there. I don't know how much luck we're going to have trying to track the werewolf tonight, or the few of the vigilante group that went out there hunting that wolf. I think maybe our best bet is to get a couple hours shut-eye, contact the old man Franklin in the morning, and try to really get a solid trail to where or whom this werewolf is and where he might be staying here in the Deer Valley vicinity. Because there's only one more night of a full moon, and if we don't get him by the end of tomorrow night, it'll be another month. And who knows where he'll roam to. Later that morning, the paranormal investigators returned to Colonel Franklin's shack. Mr. Franklin? Mr. Franklin?
Professor!
Oh my God.
Yes, a grim discovery. The only remains of Colonel Franklin was his forearm and hand, brutally torn off during last night's attack. The PIs returned to the hotel
I
to
just can't
confer.
figure it, guys. There's no connection at all. I've checked hotels, car rental agencies. None of these people have anything in common. I just can't get the connection. There's got to be something we're overlooking. There's going to be one common factor, and it's going to pull this whole thing together. And I just can't think of what it is.
Okay, can I speak to Clyde Golden or Claude Clark? Thank you.
Paranormal investigators, may I help you?
This is Billy Martin. I live on Clearview.
And Mr. Martin provided the clue to break the case. He told us about wolf howls throughout the night down by the railroad tracks just outside of Deer Valley. We left at once to view the site.
So is this a place that guy on the phone told you about?
I think it is.
All the landmarks are here.
Claude, you and Clyde go on ahead. Since we already talked to the sheriff, I'll wait here when him and the deputies arrive. You got those silver bullets ready?
Yeah, we got them ready.
Yeah, we'll head north along the levee area and try to leave you some sort of markers where you can follow us.
Okay, Professor. We'll go on up by the tracks. We'll be waiting for you when the sheriff comes. We'll meet you there.
Alrighty.
Let's go,
Good luck,
Clyde.
guys. The full moon will be rising here in about 30 minutes, so be careful.
Down by the old meat hook. said drown. I had to so you hear me.
Werewolf is dead, and so is solved another mystery by the paranormal investigators.
Hope you enjoyed our movie offering today. Some of the classic Moraine Playhouse theater shows, where we show you both the best and the worst in amateur motion picture making. This is the Creep Eater. I bid you adieu till next time.